JB here on Jess FM. Thank you for tuning in. We're live on TV. We were on radio a little while ago. We're back on both again right now. We had some technical difficulties, but we have a guest in our studio, DJ Restricted. He is doing a live show tonight at Slice Nightclub.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, right on. So it's great having you in. So tell us a little bit about the tour that you're doing.
So the Rated R tour is a Western Canada tour. We've had stops in Calgary, Red Deer, Lethbridge today, and Invermere, and it's going to continue to go throughout Western Canada, BC, Saskatchewan, Alberta, for the next few months, including some summer festival dates, which actually one of those are being announced today. So it's a large tour, a lot of cities that we're adding to it for Phase 2, and it's super exciting to be on. As a headliner.
Right on. There you go.
So.
Headlining. Bang, bang. There you go. Right on.
So.
Good job. So what type of music can people expect at the show tonight?
Tonight we're going with a bit of EDM, hip-hop, top 40, so sort of an open format feel. We're gonna hold off on some country, but...
oh, really? Oh, you're going to get...
we're not...
No, I know.
We're going to hold off on that, but we're going to have a lot of energy in it. It's going to be an energetic show, a lot of crowd interaction, and a different variety of music than what some people are used to. Rather than one genre, we're going with a few different ones. So.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, because country, they're trying to incorporate hip-hop into country and stuff.
I see that now with Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yeah, Billy Ray Cyrus, Colt Ford.
Yep.
And he's doing that as well, right?
It seems like it's becoming more of a popular trend.
Big thing, yeah. So cool. So you have been DJing for how long?
I've been DJing since I was 13.
Yeah.
We're not gonna let people figure out my age there, but.
Oh, you're not 13 anymore?
No.
Oh, you look like it. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm just kidding.
But I've been DJing since I was 13, and I've had quite a bit of time. And I'd say for the last 8 years, I've been working on myself as an artist rather than just a DJ for events. That has been my primary focus. So the last 8 years have been as an artist, but quite a while before that as well. So yeah. It's been good though. It's treated me well.
Yeah. What made you decide to get into DJing?
I got into it doing a summer camp event. I went to this camp down in Cypress Hills, and AYEC it's called, Alberta Youth Entrepreneurship Camp. Went down there, and we were awarded the contract as our team for the dance the second year I attended, and so I had a year under my belt of just attendance before, where I got to experience what the whole thing was like. And then the next year when we got awarded the dance, I took over the playlist role, the DJ role, and that's really what got me into it. It's what got me started. So I got to thank them for that startup, because without them, I don't know if this is what it would have been the career I would have gone into. So.
Oh, good, yeah. So for those people that don't know, there's a lot of people that will go to, say, an event like this or whatever, to get out, right?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
They want to experience something new. What exactly is electronic music? If you can explain that to listeners and viewers.
Electronic music is a manipulation of sounds. So you could take a sound from anywhere on the street, record it, manipulate it, and turn it into an EDM song. It doesn't necessarily have to be right off the keyboard or something that you're used to with a regular top 40 track or hip-hop track. It's something totally different. As you know, in some songs you hear like police sirens, stuff like that. We can take a police siren and turn it into a different pitch, and turn it into an actual song just from one little chord on that. And so, a bit of EDM is a bit of a twist up. You can get all sorts. You can get some hip hop thrown into it, call it some trap. You can record some random noises down like a car honking and turn it into some big room EDM. So it's more of a manipulation of sound, and you throw some vocals on it, and call it a day, really.
Okay,
it's a little more complicated than I'm making it sound.
Yeah,
but
true enough. It's mixing music basically. You're making music, you're mixing it in a different way. Basically, is what it is, right? Yeah.
One thing I've noticed with EDM is a lot of people are taking old songs from like the 50s and 60s, using the hook off
Okay,
that
yeah.
and bringing it into a new EDM track,
Yeah.
modernizing it a little bit, and throwing it
Yeah.
out there as their own.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing a lot of that,
Yeah.
bringing back old tracks and
Yeah.
turning it into something modern.
Yeah, and that's kind of something that some artists have done before too, because Shaggy has done that with Summertime.
Yes.
He did that with Summertime, bringing that back into the
Yes, yeah.
mainstream with some hip hop into it and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So
And it's been going on
kinda
for a
cool.
while.
Yeah, cool,
That sort
right
of
on.
style, so.
Yeah, good stuff. So, when you were starting out as a DJ,
Yep.
who inspired you? Who gave you some good advice that you've used?
For the people that gave me some good advice, I've always had my friends close to me, my family close to me, my girlfriend close to me. We've always sort of given each other advice, but I've always had the support to succeed from everybody that's been in my circle.
Yeah.
And so that's a big part to me. But I've always sort of looked up to bigger names like David Guetta, Getter, artists like that have sort of blown up and created something unique, something different that the world's never seen before, such as when David Guetta became the first EDM DJ on mainstream radio. Something that somebody's never seen before, and that was a huge inspiration because that's sort of what got me into designing something as myself that I sort of unique compared to other DJs that are out there with their style. So I've used a lot of those references, and then I've also gotten feedback from my friends, my family, my circle on, does this work with you guys? What do you think could be changed? Should I change it, or what would you suggest? Is there certain things you want to hear? And it's nice to be able to have them be honest with me. They're not concerned with like hurting my feelings. They don't need to be. I'd rather them be honest, and they are. So I really like that. I really look up to them with that. So definitely my circle is one of the biggest inspirations and
Good.
helps
Yeah.
with myself as an artist. So.
Nice. You're listening live to Feel the Beat with DJ B here on Jess FM. Thank you for tuning in this morning with DJ Restricted Matt. He is doing a show here tonight, live show at Slice Nightclub, 8 p.m. tonight. So go there and check it out. Check out his music. Always tune in to Jess FM. We have the most cutting edge programs for you here on Jess FM. Go on our website, jessfm.ca, or download the app as well on your smartphone. So Matt, if you were to give some advice to a young person starting out, let's say they want to be a DJ, whether it's an event DJ or where you are right now, what would you tell them? What piece of advice would you give?
Be unique. Be your own sound. Be your own style. You need to stand out from everybody else. Otherwise, you're just going to be just that, everybody else. The music scene, and especially DJs, are very oversaturated.
Yeah.
As I'm sure you know.
Yes, that's for sure.
Everybody's a DJ.
That's for sure.
And so you need to stand out from them to be able to get those gigs, to be able to get those peak hour slots, the headlining slots. You need to stand out with something that you do for yourself that's totally different from what everybody else does. Whether it be live remixing, bringing another artist in, like a drummer in to mix onto your sets, or you just need to create something unique, a new sound, a new style. Even if you're producing, if you end up as a producer, you need to have your own sound. Otherwise, you're sounding too much like
Everyone
somebody
else.
you've heard on the radio or something else. Yeah. And so the biggest thing, you need to be yourself.
Yeah.
You can't be following what everybody else does. Otherwise, you're not gonna succeed.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of practice, a lot of patience, a lot of hours of pain and suffering. Like there's been a lot of times where I've thought about giving up based on previous events, and I've sort of had my circle support me and tell me, no, like, don't give up, don't do this. It's like, just because you had one bad show doesn't mean that it's going to be like this for a lot of them. And sure enough, it turns out that it's okay, but you need to have your own back. You need to have your own style, your own. And once you do that, once you figure that out, it's pretty easy to get where you want to go.
Yeah.
You get a management team based on how much you've got going on for you, and so it changes as you go. Just because you're starting out, don't necessarily go and just, I need a manager right away, I need this. you need to put the work in for yourself before others can put the work in for you.
Yeah.
You need to
True.
show that you want it more than what they want. from
True.
it,
Yeah,
right?
that
So-
makes sense for sure. Yeah. Yeah, and I think what you said is vital, being unique and standing out. Like I know even with my business, my DJ company, I
Yep.
do events primarily, right?
Yes.
But basically it's being interactive. I've incorporated different things as well, not just music to dance to. I've done all kinds of different things, lip sync, bringing
Yep.
stuff like that in just as a bit of a difference, games, the whole thing, right? Where it's a big interaction with the crowd, and that's big with me as I interact,
Yeah.
right? Too.
And you have
I
to.
think that's being huge. Even in you're like producing and stuff, you have to interact.
Yeah.
Because you can just stand behind the booth and okay, well, that was no
Press
big deal,
buttons.
right? Exactly, right?
Yeah.
And Uncle Ralph could do that, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Basically. But yeah, so that's a really good piece of advice. So if you're listening, listen to DJ Restricted and Matt, because that is important, to be unique, be yourself, and have fun with it. The most thing is having fun out there.
Yeah.
Is the thing, right?
The worst thing that you can do is not have fun.
Yeah.
If you're trying something new, sure, it might be the first time you're at a gig, or you're doing something. You try something new you've never tried before. Sure, it might not work out, but you know what? You tried something new.
Yeah.
And if you keep trying something new every time, something's eventually going to work
Yeah,
out that's going to
that's
work
true.
for you.
Yeah.
And you're going to realize, oh, hey, that worked. Maybe I'll try it here, and it works again. Then you've sort of got something that's unique to you,
Yeah.
that is working for you, that people like.
Yeah.
So it's a big difference from just being a button pusher behind the
Yeah.
decks.
Yeah.
Beat matching, all that. Like it's
Yeah.
a lot of work, but
Yeah.
you get there. So
Yeah. Yeah, and you got to start somewhere anyhow. So if you're starting out DJing, event DJ and stuff, you're starting out doing that. That's great because it's a good
Yeah.
stepping stone and everything to get into producing and
Exactly.
making your own tracks. I mean, it's like a singer-songwriter, right? You got to learn to play the guitar.
Yeah,
right.
exactly,
Before
exactly.
you can do that, right?
Yeah.
You can't just pick up a guitar and play, right? Because
No.
I know it's hard because I play the guitar a bit,
Yeah.
right? You can't just bang, right?
no, you
so
can't.
yeah.
It's not something you'll learn overnight.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly. So, great. So, tell us a little bit about your personal life, family, siblings, that type of thing.
Well, I grew up in Canmore. I was born in Victoria, BC, but I grew up in Canmore, and I spent most of my life there. I really enjoyed it. I miss it, especially
Yeah.
touring. You don't get a whole lot of time to go back there and visit, but it was good. I was raised by a really good family. I've got some Scottish heritage.
Oh.
And so I had that little bit of you got to do this sort of thing, and so I got the lessons taught to me more than once as a kid, but that's okay.
You got the flap, lad.
yeah. So turned me into who I am today, and so I'm grateful for that. But I didn't really have any siblings growing up. I was born an only child, and so my friends that I consider like my family, they are like my siblings. I can look out for them, and they look out for me.
Good. Yeah.
And have my back. But I've got a family of people that are not actually my family that I really appreciate having them around. And I know some of you guys might be listening, so thank you guys for having my back when I need you. And you guys know who you are. But
Especially your girlfriend for cuffing you when you need it, right?
Yes,
There you go.
absolutely.
You should thank her as well.
Yes.
She's in the studio right now, so we want to give a shout out to her as well. So.
But no, so it was hard as an only child. You have nobody to really hang out with, nobody to push around and
There you
wrestle
go.
with.
Beat you
But-
up.
yeah, but you know what? In the end, it's raised me to be a better person, and I'm grateful for what I have
Good.
with my family and all that. So now I'm living in Sylvan Lake, and it's good up there. I like Sylvan Lake. I like the town. I like the people.
Yeah, good.
But yeah, no, it's good. It's really nice. It's been good.
So, what is your biggest regret in life, or something that you wish you'd have done differently?
Ooh, I would have probably, as much as I say I miss Canmore, it was really, really hard to grow my music out of Canmore. As you know, it's in the mountains. It's sort of surrounded by mountains, so it's kind of like that creates a little bowl, and you can't get out of it.
It's hard to get the signals out too. if
Yeah,
you-
yeah. But we're so far from Calgary, and we're so far from any other big
Oh,
cities
yeah.
that it's hard to get the people to come out and actually have a good time when you're playing clubs there,
Right.
other than the locals. So to get your music heard from anybody other than locals, you have to come out of that. And my biggest regret would probably be not leaving earlier in my career,
Okay.
to focus on my career.
Uh-huh.
Because I feel like if I would have started earlier, I would be a bit farther along. I would have had more people
Fair enough,
hear
yeah.
my stuff, and so I definitely say that's probably my biggest regret when it comes to my career and my music, is not leaving soon enough to pursue what I want for a career.
Okay.
I knew I wanted to do it for a while, but I wasn't sure where I wanted to go, so
Mhm.
I kind of delayed that a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's a learning
Right.
lesson. You learn
Yeah,
as you
everything
go.
is,
So
for sure. Yeah. All right. Well, Matt, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for coming into the studio.
Thank
DJ
you.
Restricted has been with us. He is doing a live show at Slice tonight, Rated R tour. That's the Lethbridge stop on his
Yep.
tour, right?
Yep.
Okay. It is at 8 p.m. tonight, so check that out.
Lots of great openers coming out. too.
Right. Great. And listen to his stuff. What is your Facebook page or website?
Website is www.restrictedmusic.com. Now that's restricted with a C and a K. And same with my social media handles. All of them are at Restricted Music.
Okay.
That's for my Instagram, my SoundCloud, my Facebook. So everything you can get a hold of me is at Restricted Music.
Okay, awesome. Well, like I said, it's been a pleasure having you in. Thank you for coming in. You came direct to the studio from driving this morning. Appreciate
Yep.
that very much. You've been listening live to Feel the Beat with DJB. Thank you for tuning in this morning here on Jess FM. We're live every Saturday and Sunday morning. So thank you. Keep smiling. Be happy. DJB out.